Hey there YouTube, Ninja Tom here, and welcome to episode 7 of my walkthrough for Homeworld. So, we've completely mined out their little uh, nebula here, and I've made some additions and improvements to the fleet. You'll notice that I retired the two Titan destroyers we had and replaced them with Kushan ones. That's just me making another aesthetic choice. Uh, I've, re I've replaced all of our Corvette losses. Alright. I am sadly unable to do so in the case of our frigate losses. I've replaced all of our fighter losses, I went ahead and built 10 scouts and 20 attack bombers. Alright, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to build 10 more scouts.
Construction commencing.
Because we're going to need them next mission. Alright, this is going to be a pretty short episode. The next mission is a sort of breather mission after having dealt with this mission. However, the mission after the next mission is very long, and it's pretty complicated, so I won't be able to fit both of those on a single episode. So I apologize. But yeah, we're getting into the real meat of the game here. I mean, this mission is one of the hardest ones in the game. I really hope you tried to do it on your own prior to the Ninja Tom walkthrough. Because, the first time you play through this game, all those little surprises, they're surprises. It's surprising. It's like, whoa, I did not expect that. And if you just play through the walkthrough, you're really missing out. I cannot emphasize that enough. So we're just going to wait for our remaining 5 scouts to build. It shouldn't take long. And then we'll hyper jump out of here. A note on next mission. The actual action part's pretty short. However, the harvesting takes a very long time. Several hours. I think like 2. So, once you beat the mission, set your dudes to harvest and walk away. Don't sit in front of your computer. It's gonna take a long time to do. You could probably, if you're in the same position I am right now, resource units wise, you can probably go ahead and not harvest it. If you prefer not to, I will. Myself, I will harvest it. But that may be one of the times where you can just choose
Scout complete.
not to do the harvesting. Alright?
Route
Okay.
9 reinforced.
We make the hyperspacer jump now.
Auto dock commencing. Hyperspace
Wagga,
initiated.
wagga, 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 wagga. Alright. Okay. Hosha. Yeah, we escaped the cutscene. Alright.
All ships auto-launching.
Sea of Lost Souls. Alright, this mission's pretty simple.
Anomaly detected. Override engaged.
We're going to use the same tactic that we've been using the entire time.
Sensor.
Stop. Shut up.
We are detecting.
Oh, it won't let me skip it. There we go. We're basically... It's the same tactic that we've been doing the entire time. We're just applying it differently. Okay? We're going to take our scouts. We're going to go annoy the big enemy capital ships. And then we're going to send in our salvage corvette. Kind of. It's not exactly like that. You'll see. I'm going to send in my scouts. I'm going to annoy the big enemy capital ships. I'm going to send in the rest of my strike craft to engage the vessel at the center. And that will be our path to victory. Do not send anything larger than a corvette, or you will lose it. Do not engage the enemy capital ships, apart from the big weird one in the middle, because if you destroy them, you don't get them. When you break the weird ship at the center's hold over the rest of the ships that are surrounding it, you get them for free. You don't have to salvage them. So, as soon as all of our strike craft make their way out, we will fire this up.
Awaiting
For the purposes of this mission, it's better not to have your scouts in a formation. Do not send your defenders. Alright, interceptors on Claw. Heavy frigates, or heavy corvettes on Sphere. Multi-guns on Sphere. Attack bombers in Claw. So, we take our scouts, we put them on evasive, we send them over here. We do this, we move our various corvettes and fighters similarly.
Attack clearance received. Locked on target. Target confirmed. Group 1 reporting. 9 under attack. Engaging. Group 6. Group 5 acknowledged. Target acquired. Group 10 acknowledged. Target confirmed. Group 9 responding.
Attention. Those ships are operational. We believe the control center is the alien vessel. It should be neutralized.
Attack clearance received. Group 9, enemy contact.
Alright, won't take too long to take care of this ship in the middle. So we have plenty of strike craft.
Locked on target.
You know, we're actually brought attack bombers for once.
Ready for orders. Standing by. Awaiting orders. Group 2 received. 7 copies. Target acquired.
Our weapons are having minimal effect on the alien vessel, but each strike causes a tiny fluctuation in the control field. We need to direct all fire at the alien ship in an attempt to disable the field.
Engaging. This is Group 2.
Alien vessel neutralized.
Group 2 copies.
While the field was up, they were able to analyze the alien control system. We now have control of the foreign vessels.
Group 10.
Send a salvage team to further investigate the alien ship.
Hey guys, that's pretty much it.
Destination locked in.
After seizing the missile destroyer, construction reports we can now build a similar vessel.
Okay.
Target selected for salvaging.
Production underway.
Go ahead and build 2 missile destroyers. We're gonna want 3, anywhere from 2 to 4 missile destroyers for the next mission is fine. I shoot for 3. 4 is excellent. 2 is acceptable. 3 for me is just enough. I tend not to rely very heavily on missile destroyers. That's why I don't like the random nature of their weaponry. They will destroy everything in front of them, including your very valuable and fragile multi-beam frigates. Ugh.
Standing by.
So just be aware of that if you intend to use them as a significant portion of your fleet.
Understood.
Alright, let's make you go a little bit faster. Alright. This gentleman right here, we're just going to retire.
Retirement order received.
A couple more multi-beam frigates. Boop, boop. Shift 4, control 4.
Backup assigned to Group 4.
We go home. We hit home to zap to the mothership.
Copies.
We select the mothership. With if you anytime you set a group of ships that have the mothership in that selection, any formation at all,
Parade formation.
it puts them in military parade formation, which is the formation they get into when they're about to hyperspace jump.
Ready for order.
Mostly useful for organizing your fleet.
Salvage target acquired.
I tend to use it to get my guys in position before doing my intros and outros and stuff. But it's useful. It's like, all right, let me just take stock. I've got some time. I'm gonna take stock of what I got. All right, no enemies in this mission apart from the guys we just captured. Oh, that reminds me. So, what you want to do here is don't just tell your dude to run up and salvage it, because he'll just ram right into the front of it. Move him around.
Confirmed.
He wants to attach like right there, so you need to actually move him behind it. Or they'll run into it. They'll run into it and explode.
New heading set.
And apparently sit there and ignore the instructions. That's okay. We're used to that now. Move, dude. What the hell? Alright, now
Target
salvage.
selected for salvaging.
Oh,
Group 10 acknowledged.
okay.
Awaiting assignment. Echo left. Ready for escort.
Mothership.
Underway. Reporting for
And of course they all docked
Mothership.
with the stupid carrier.
Group 2 receiving.
Mothership.
Dock con enabled. Group 6 receiving.
Mothership.
Receiving. Dock proceeding with mothership.
Mothership.
9 copies. Dock con cannot comply.
Mothership.
Group 10
Missile
responding.
destroyer complete.
Neat. So for you new players, the Missile Destroyer is the greatest anti-strike craft vessel in the game. Bar none. Just like the Missile Corvette, it spits out a bunch of tracking missiles that do enormous amounts of damage to strike craft. They're more damaging than the Missile Corvette ones, so they shoot more of them out faster. So, if you have your strike wing moving on an enemy fleet and you see a Missile Destroyer turn to face you, just send him home. Don't. That attack is over now. Send your guys home. This is. It's not going to succeed.
Reporting for duty.
That is not the guy you want to be attacking with strike craft.
Awaiting assignment.
Mothership.
To dock with mothership. Reporting. Roger that. We're taking her home. Acknowledged.
The Bentusi are going to show up after we get this guy back, and they're going to sell us super heavy chassis, which is great because that will allow us to build carriers. We're going to go ahead and build a couple, because if you're in the same spot as me, we've got money coming out of our wazoo, so we can afford it. And carriers, there's nothing wrong with having a couple spares. I'm actually going to retire the Tidani carrier I've already captured at the end of this. And I think I might just max out on carriers, just build all 4. No reason not to.
Responding.
Mothership.
As a side note, if you have 4 carriers and then you capture a 5th one, you can't retire it. Any carriers that you have beyond 4 stop working right entirely, so you may have some difficulties. One method you can use to counteract this is to just maintain a fleet of 3 carriers. All right, there's no benefit to having more carriers beyond having another carrier that you can send out and do stuff. But for the most part, you'll only ever really need in a single player campaign 2, maybe 3. All right. Because the pace is set so much by you, the player, that you can take your time and you can honestly get away with just having 1. Be perfectly honest. I'm gonna build all 4 because I think big fleet is better, but that's just for me. And remember, you know, the enemy fleets are scaled to the size of your fleet. The more carriers you have, the more the carriers actually have a pretty
Missile
significant
destroyer complete.
impact on how large the AI thinks your fleet is. Okay, so you may find it more beneficial to not have them. For me, I'm going to build all 4 Kushan carriers and retire the Taidan one. All right, I'm waiting for this salvage Corvette to come back so we can show you the Bentusi thing, and then after that we're going to cut. I'll come back after the harvesting is done, which will be in several hours. So that's how it's going to play out. Alright, I've already got the harvesting started. It's not that there's a ton of resources here. It's that they're very, very, very spread out.
Reporting for duty.
Be sure to rebuild,
Ready for orders.
recoup all your losses in terms of strike craft.
Awaiting assignment.
Alright. For those of you that are favoring a more strike craft heavy build, just know that you're gonna need scouts
Salvage team docked.
for the rest of the
alien ship
game.
is millions
So
of
don't have
years
less
old.
than 10.
Its purpose is unclear.
Acknowledged.
Research Division reports it has developed plans for gravity warping technology based on the alien control field. We advise commencing research immediately.
We'll do that.
Construction commencing. Production underway.
And here come the Bentusi. And yet another cutscene they just will not let me skip.
We have known of this ship, but could never approach it. We are particularly vulnerable to its influence.
Mothership.
The Bentusi would like the information you have acquired. It will be transferred automatically if you choose to trade.
Ready for orders. Ready for orders.
I accept.
Interceptor complete.
The information was successfully transferred. Thank you.
The Tidan are determined to destroy us. Will you help us defeat them?
Responding.
Conflict is not our way. We will bring your cause to the Galactic Council. The Tidan rule the Empire, but even they must answer to the Council.
You know, they say that, but I don't recall anyone ever mentioning that council ever
Hyperspace
again.
module fully charged. Engage at your discretion.
Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna be
Heavy
rebuilding the
corvette
fleet
complete.
and making the harvesting. So guys, I'm gonna cut here and then I'll do my outro and we'll do the jump after
Multi-gun
this.
corvette complete.
Hey guys, quick tip from Ninja Tom. One thing you can do to speed this harvesting process up is once you've got enough carriers built, have each one follow an individual resource collector as they scatter across the map to harvest. Alright? Alright, see you after the break. Hey guys, Ninja Tom here. Harvesters are done harvesting, they're just making their way back to the fleet now, and that's going to be the end of episode 7. So, thanks for watching, and I hope it helped you out. And I'll see you next time on episode 8.